Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Tonight it's the 272nd and final game of the regular season, and we've got a good one to finish things off, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Caps of Chicago. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf?
Just about set to roll now from snowy Chicago. And off we go to wrap up a great Sunday of football. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Throwing to start the drive. Carpenter. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown and not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Operating from the gun, Reynolds. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Caps use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
From the 24 now, here's the 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. McGill. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get to a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
To throw on second down, Reynolds. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Operating from the gun, Carpenter. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Carpenter got his tight end. That's complete. That's Bryant. Touchdown, Panthers. From 8 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Carolina defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the number 1 overall offense in the league.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. To about the 35, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This now a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Reynolds. This one incomplete. Almost picked up by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. On 3rd and 2, Carpenter over the middle, complete. That's Sanchez. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Back to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanchez.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Panther first down.
Right back to him on first down. He'll take this to the 46. But you look at this defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And this will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Carpenter. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. On first down, Reynolds. And this is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pearson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Reynolds. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. Just the first quarter of the tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and learning all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now here's a carry heading left. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Reynolds. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 7-7, our score after 1. 2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to throw. Reynolds got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down, Carolina.
Now a handoff up the middle. McGill has some good hard running there as he push his way forward for about 5. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Carpenter. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Looking to throw. Carpenter looking deep for Bennett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run on 1st down. McGill, he takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
From the gun on third down, Carpenter. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Throwing to start the drive. Reynolds. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Throwing again. Reynolds. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down. Off play action. Reynolds. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Back to throw. Reynolds. He finds his man. Complete. It's Phillips. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Reynolds throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Back to throw. Reynolds. And he's got it. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Caps have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This taken in right around the goal line, and he returns this to the 22. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw on second down. Carpenter. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Panthers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Carpenter. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 1st and 10, Reynolds. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Throwing on 1st down. Reynolds. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Off the play fake. Reynolds. And it's caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Caps have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Carpenter. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Caps are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
35, Panther 7.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On first down, Carpenter. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already? They're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning with the point of attack.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Reynolds. He finds his man. Complete. It's Phillips. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Reynolds. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Reynolds. They'll roll him out. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Caps will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Carpenter. And now here is another interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin across the Hudson from Manhattan in the borough of Brooklyn, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Huskies showed flashes this year, but ultimately they were doomed by too many mistakes, though a victory there will end their season at 8-9. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. 24-17, your final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Eric Ebron, a touchdown run in the victory. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now here's a throw that's complete. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Looking to throw. Reynolds. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, Reynolds. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pearson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Reynolds. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 17 yards out. And the Caps take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Not one can understand where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A 10-play drive that time, and it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Carpenter. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. A big play there for Carolina. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Carpenter. Touchdown, Panthers. From 19 yards away. And the Panthers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Reynolds. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Reynolds. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
throwing on first down. Reynolds. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
33 yards on the play. And the Panther first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, McGill. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are able to claw one back.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
The try here for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Reynolds. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Back to throw, Reynolds. Oh, he stays up. Oh, able to avoid him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the Panthers' 47-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Off the play fake, Reynolds. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Reynolds. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Reynolds. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage light. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Carpenter over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. On 3rd down, McGill, and he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they find a way to convert there on 4th and 6.
And the Panther 1st down.
Looking to throw. Carpenter. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Off play action. Carpenter. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Off the play fake. Carpenter to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Off play action. Reynolds. And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 64 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Pushing his way through. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to number 83. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Reynolds. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. On first down, Carpenter. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Carpenter. Throwing left side, it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. It's the fullback.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit.
And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Now, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down to the 42, second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now a first carry for their fullback, and he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And certainly starting to appear that they might finally be about to suffer that first loss of the season. What a heck of a run through 3 months, though, but they trail big here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced them to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 115 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Chicago, it's one more win to finish the season as they wrap up with a sterling 15-2 record. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.